Case number 10 is about Parkinson's disease. Case of Lamberto M. De Leon versus Maunlad Trans Incorporated. Seacrest Associates et al. GR number 215293, February 8, 2017. Second Division of the Supreme Court per Justice Peralta. Facts. De Leon was hired as a team head waiter in a ship, MS Carnival Liberty. He averaged working 10 to 12 hours a day. He was exposed to extreme heat from welding works, an unusual amount of toxic fumes from alcohol and thinner mixed with paint to be used after welding. When he was assigned as fire watch, he was a waiter. Fire watch, I guess, when you have to watch out for fire while the ship was being repaired. You see, the use of oxygen propelled equipments predisposed a ship to fires that could have exposed him to the chemicals mentioned. He manifested uncontrollable blinking, shaking, and difficulty in speaking and breathing for 3 weeks. MRI, magnetic resonance imaging, and CT scan, computed tomography scan, in Belize, it's a country in Central America, showed that he had cerebral atrophy. Atrophy means shrinking of the brain. He was repatriated to the Philippines, where in Metropolitan Medical Services Incorporated, he was diagnosed with Parkinson's disease and hypertensive atherosclerotic cardiovascular disease, and declared unfit for duty as a seaman. He filed for disability compensation. The labor arbiter ruled in favor of De Leon. The NLRC, National Labor Relations Commission, affirmed the labor arbiter, but the Court of Appeals reversed the NLRC. The issue in this case is whether or not De Leon's illness, Parkinson's disease, is compensable. The Supreme Court ruled yes. His work conditions caused or at least increased the risk of contracting the disease. For disability to be compensable under Section 20b(4) of the POEA SEC, two elements must concur. Number 1, the injury or illness must be work-related, and number 2, the work-related injury or illness must have existed during the term of the seafarer's employment contract. This discussion was included in the discussion of the Supreme Court. Parkinson's disease is a degenerative disorder of the central nervous system. The motor symptoms of Parkinson's disease result from the death of dopamine-generating cells in the substantia nigra, a region of the midbrain. The cause of this cell death is unknown. Early in the course of the disease, the most obvious symptoms are movement-related. These include shaking, rigidity, slowness of movement, and difficulty of walking and gait. Later, cognitive and behavioral problems may arise with dementia, commonly occurring in the advanced stages of the disease. The clearest evidence for an increased risk of Parkinson's disease in people exposed to certain pesticides and tobacco smoking. The Supreme Court stated that it has to be noted that as a team waiter and as a seaman, complainant was prone to smoking and to a bit of drinking to beat the cold weather they encounter in the high seas. As ruled in More Maritime Agencies Incorporated versus NLRC, it is not required that the employment be the sole factor in the growth, development, or acceleration of the illness to entitle the claimant to the benefits provided therefor. It is enough that the employment had contributed, even to a small degree, to the development of the disease and in bringing about his death. For me, this is an important ruling because, for example, in nursing, we know that the cause of Parkinson's disease is unknown. Okay, the theory is that it's genetics, but still it's unknown. So it's very good that the legal system, the Supreme Court, has established that it is not required that the employment be the sole cause of the problem. As long as the employment contributed or aggravated to the problem, the affected employee could claim for disability benefits. In the same vein, complainant was likewise exposed to harsh weather condition. Chemical irritants, as his job as head waiter, often led him to the kitchen, where chemicals are found to keep the odor from spreading, to keep the cockroaches and other insects from spreading within the vessel, to make the mess hall a sanitary place for eating, and exposure to dust and other toxic substances, though invisible to the naked eye, are all contributory to the aggravation of the illness. The Supreme Court affirms compensability of petitioner's permanent disability, entitling him to US $60,000 or its equivalent in pesos at the time of payment. The lesson we learned here is that the Supreme Court affirmed the fact that smoking, drinking, pesticides could contribute or aggravate the Parkinson's disease. The unauthorized use or reproduction of these work will be prosecuted under the Intellectual Property Code and other laws.